Hey guys, and welcome to the newest episode of Bluray Tuesday. Alright, so this past week I've watched a ton of movies. I feel like I forgot half of them. Valentine's is over, and we still are in found footage February, so we're gonna get to that later. Isn't this awesome? But yeah, so the couple movies that I did check out this past week was Death on a Nile, that just hit theaters this past weekend for Valentine's Day, I guess. And a lot of movies dropped this weekend, actually. That movie did. Marry Me dropped. This action movie with Liam Neeson, Backlight. I'm looking forward to watching that one. But I've seen Death on a Nile. If you guys seen Murder on the Orient Express a few years ago, I think like 2017. If you liked that movie, I know it's kind of slow, then you'll love Death on a Nile. I will say I rewatched Murder on the Orient Express. The cast is great. I love Michelle Pfeiffer. Colin Farrell is in it. A lot of people. But that movie was pretty good, pretty fun, cool, like murder mystery in the sense of like somebody dies on this train and you gotta like try to figure out who the killer is and piece together all the clues. And the second one has Gal Gadot, you know, who plays like Wonder Woman, and she's just blown up ever since her Fast and the Furious days. But yeah, that movie's really good. Basically, Death on the Nile is about a woman who, I guess she's getting married to this guy. It was crazy. It's kind of shady. I don't want to spoil it too much, but basically, there's this guy who's supposed to marry this redhead, this old like, you know, Scarlet girl, and I forgot her name. Anyways, they're supposed to get married, and she was so happy. So she introduces her to Gal Gadot. I guess they're good friends, good Judies, and they were like, oh, and then I guess her fiance was like infatuated with Gal Gadot. I mean, I get it. Look at her. But anyways, they were infatuated. They were dancing together, and then cut to they're walking down the aisle getting married. I was like, oh, this heifer came in here and stole this girl's man. So anyway, she marries her, and then they go on this honeymoon, and I guess the chick that's scorned it's like following them everywhere. You know, red flags. If I had a red flag, I'd wave it. But this bitch is always around. Anyways, they get on this boat, and then there's a murder that happens, and you gotta try to piece together who did it. No one likes this woman, or do these people want her money? It's pretty crazy. It's a remake, I guess. There was an old version back in the day. I have not seen it, but I like Death on a Nile. I will say it's 2 hours and like 10 minutes. I think it is, and it is kind of long. Like a lot of the first half of the movie is like character development and a lot of talking, but it does set up a lot of things. I did kind of guess some of the ending by the hour point once shit hit the fan, but when shit hit the fan, it was really fun, and I was here for it. But they might do a third one. The only character from the original, the Murder on the Orient Express, that came back is the detective. I'm not going to pronounce his name. It starts with a P, but I don't want to fuck that up. I don't speak French. Yeah, he's back, and he might come back for the third one. It set it up kind of at the end for like another, you know, murder mystery or whatnot. But yeah, I like that one. The other movie I did check out was Marry Me with Jennifer Lopez. I watch anything she is. I love her. Jenny from the Block. You know, I like her music. She's awesome. But yeah, the Marry Me movie, it was odd, I will say, because Owen Wilson and her don't look like they would mix, but I guess that's what the cutesy thing of it was. But for like a love story, a rom-com, it had a few chuckles. Owen Wilson isn't that funny to me, but they had a few laughs. It was a cute little story. It was kind of, you know, very, a lot of love. And I was like, oh, this is so cute. I can't believe it. You know, it hit me, you know, my feels a little bit, but you know, back to the horror. So after that, I watched Student Body. I had to get back to some slasher shit after that whole lovey-dovey shit. But Student Body hit VOD as well, and that's a slasher at a school. And I don't think it's a remake of the old 80s Student Body spoof, because this one's kind of different. The killer was super cool, but again, it has the same thing. I've been on Letterboxd, by the way, and I reviewed this and Death on a Nile, and I think they have similar reviews in a sense of the whole first half of the movie is a lot of talking, a lot of character development. And in Student Body, I didn't care about any of the characters, and once they developed them, I still didn't care. I just wanted them to die. Then when the slasher comes, all shit hits the fan, had a cool little twist, and then it just ended. I will say the third act up until the last 10 minutes was cool. I'd recommend watching it just for that cool slasher. He has a cool like mascot. He doesn't have like a knife. He has like a sledgehammer. So he'd be smashing bitches, and I was here for it. It was pretty good. Check that one out, Student Body. All right, so enough about those movies I watched. Check those out in theaters. Marry Me's on Peacock, so video on demand, and so is Student Body, Amazon Prime. You could probably check that and get that. But yeah, on to this week's releases. All right, first up is something that released last week that I did purchase. I fucked up when I purchased this. So this is Murder on the Orient Express, the original from 1974. I ordered this. I don't know if I was on my edible and I just fucked up, but I ordered the DVD. The DVD. So I had when I got it in the mail, I was all excited. I was about to bring it for Blu-ray Tuesday, and I realized I got the DVD copy. So I had to reorder it. So I just got this one, and it's the Blu-ray. It comes with the digital copy. It's remastered, and I wanted to watch this with the original to try to compare notes, because I heard this one was really good as well. And the collector in me wanted to have all the versions, and I love whodunit. So Murder on the Orient Express from 1974. Came out last week. It's like $10 on Amazon. So was the DVD, so I got confused. So I don't know why I ordered the DVD. That's weird. I always Blu-ray all day. So anyways, Murder on the Orient Express. All right, so next up, guys, I did drop this week is the Skulls trilogy. I don't know if you guys remember this from the 90s. I didn't even know it was a trilogy, but this dropped today from Mill Creek Entertainment. It was $12 for all 3 movies. I thought that was pretty cool, but I only remember the first one with Joshua Jackson. I remember him from his Dawson's Creek days, and now he's on a new show called Dr. Death. I haven't seen it yet, but Pacey all the way. I didn't like Pacey back then. If you guys watch Dawson's Creek, let's talk about it on a different, in the comments, or hit me up on Instagram. But yeah, Dawson's Creek, that was a show. I wasn't Team Pacey, I was Team Dawson until I rewatched the series. Pacey's the way to go. Anyways, and also has the guy from the Paul Walker from Fast and the Furious movies. Anyways, this movie was about these guys trying to get into this skulls. I can't remember. It's like a society of some sort. All hell breaks loose. I guess a roommate dies, and it gets crazy after that. It's like a thriller, mystery, and has to do with these college kids. That's the first one. I don't really recall the second and third, but there is 3 of them. There's no bonus features on this release, but it is $12 if you just want to check out the movies. This dropped this week. All right, next up, and possibly the biggest release of this week, is Eternals. This is the latest Marvel film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And if you guys watched the Super Bowl, you've probably seen the newest trailer for Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Multiverse. It's a tongue twister of a title, y'all. It's the Madness, the Multiverse and Madness. I don't know, but Scarlet Witch is in it, and she's not the title character. It's a Doctor Strange sequel in a sense, but she has a big part in that movie. Watch WandaVision, because maybe that has a lot to do with what's going to happen here. But the multiverse is about to get crazy. Back to this, the Eternals dropped. I had known nothing about the Eternals. I remember when this dropped, I saw a super late show of this. This movie is almost 3 hours long, but I liked it a lot. It set up the characters quite well. There's certain people on here I just don't like. I feel like they follow this chick right here at the top a little bit too long, the green chick. I didn't like her. Her power was okay, but I felt like she couldn't hold a movie on her own. Team Angelina Jolie, loved her. And Salma Hayek. She's like the OG there. But I don't want to spoil too much of this movie if you guys haven't seen it. It was streaming on Disney Plus. It still might be, actually. And it just hit Blu-ray today. Also, I double dipped and got the Target version. So this is like an art version, kind of like last week with Encanto. They had a cool exclusive art, comes with art cards. So that's this version. So same stuff essentially, but yeah, Target has this cool limited edition copy with cool artwork, and it comes with postcards. But yeah, I hella like this movie. I don't know. The ending had a cool end credit scene, and they're setting up for another character that we've been waiting for. I don't want to spoil that too much, but yeah, check out Eternals. I mean, it has it's slow. It's 3 hours long. It's origin story in a sense of trying to set up all these characters. There's 10 of them, as you can see, and there's a lot of conflicts in between the characters and what they stand for. It all comes together at the end, and I had a lot more questions by the end of it. I will say, going into this and Shang-Chi a few months prior, Shang-Chi I knew nothing about, and I just loved it due to the action, the comedy. That one surprised the fuck out of me. This one I liked, but in a different way. I think it's because the way it's progressed in the multiverse and the Marvel Studios, films. And I like some of these characters. I think my favorite is gonna definitely have to be Angelina Jolie. I like her powers, even though she's a little toxic and a little chaotic, and she can't, you gotta see it, you can't control it. I like out of all of them, if I were to have a power, I think I like the, what's his name? The one in the black here. He's like the brooding guy. I think he played in one of the X-Men movies, but he has a power where he could fucking, read your mind and make you do things. That's kind of crazy. That's too powerful. It's OP. But I liked his power. But they all have different cool powers. It's almost like an X-Men or Fantastic Four type of thing. They all are. There's a mute girl who could run fast. Yeah, I don't know. Eternals is great, and I'm looking forward to where it goes from there. Also, Best Buy has a Steelbook edition that is on the way. I did order that one before I got any of these, but it was going to arrive late. But yeah, Best Buy has the Best Buy exclusive, and when I went to the store today, the shit was sold out as always. So again, if you guys are going to order the Steelbooks, be sure to do that early. All right, next up, and the last for this week's releases, is The Howling. This is another re-release for this feature. This is Dee Wallace's The Howling. This came out in 1981, and it was released from Scream Factory / Shout Factory, and it has this cool slipcover. I was hoping, I don't know if you guys remember the Halloween films, they had this cool like slip box. Also, the Scream Factory released the 4K edition of Elvira, and they had this cool like slip box. I was hoping for that for this release because I thought that was like the new trend for Scream Factory. But this slip is kind of cool. It's a new release. I don't think it has any new bonus features. It's a new restoration on both discs. It's 2 discs, the 4K and the Blu-ray, and I think it has all the same bonus features that they released in the original one. A few years back, they released the collector's edition for the Howling. This one here is just updated scan and a cool slipcover. But yeah, I picked this up surprisingly at Best Buy. Best Buy had this for $27. If you want to check that out, I think on Scream Factory it's like $35, and I think it comes with like a poster if you like pre-ordered it or whatnot. But that did drop today. Classic film. If you're into werewolves, this is where it's at. A lot of wolf stuff's coming out. Teen Wolf is coming back, you guys, from on Paramount Plus. If you're into that. All right, so it's February. And last week we started the whole found footage February thing. And you guys know the Overlook Theater, we have our film fest that's every year. We do have our 5th year approaching, and next month, March 17th through 20th, is F5. Isn't that crazy? F5, it's crazy. I feel like it was just yesterday when we started this kind of stuff and just went to go see these movies. So I've been talking about these past couple Tuesdays about overlooked found footage films. So I do see a lot of people posting about all the like Blair Witches, the Paranormal Activities, all the ones that we all know about. But I want to talk about ones that I don't see as much and I thought were pretty fun to watch and creepy. So the one I want to talk about is Murder Death Koreatown. Isn't this cool? It's crazy. You probably don't know what this is, and if you do, that's awesome. Please comment. We want to talk about this movie because this is crazy. But this is a true crime. If you guys are into true crime and found footage, I think this is the movie for you. So you know, y'all watch some Netflix true crime documentaries. I mean, I see all the posts of all these people watching true crime. Y'all should watch this. So this Murder Death Koreatown, we screened this at UF3. Here's a little booklet. I had to reference it. Isn't this cool? That's a little booklet that we programmed that we had for UF3. So we did screen it, and it's here, Murder Death Koreatown. Isn't that crazy? It's like, I don't know, I feel like it was just yesterday, but this is like a few years ago. Yeah, but this came out in 2020. Here's another cover of the film right here with the cool, like, you know, and have the shirt. Into the mask is appropriate for today's time. But yeah, Murder of Koreatown is like about a true life murder. It's about a guy whose neighbor, I guess, was killed or murdered, and he basically is going around and trying to investigate this murder and to see what happened. And it felt so realistic. There's no idea, there's like on here, it's like who directed this movie. It's like all anonymous. Like you don't know who made this movie. These tapes were found. It's literal found footage. And this movie was just pieced together. And we had no idea who the fuck made this shit. So, Murder of Koreatown. Even on here, I think they put written and directed by unknown. Ain't that crazy? So this guy don't want to be seen, heard, or you don't want to find him. So anyways, so this movie did drop a few years ago. It came out in 2020. I think it was filmed maybe in 2019. And yeah, this is pretty creepy. It was very realistic. There's a lot of shots on the streets and like people. I don't know. And then the story was real. I remember after this movie, I went to go look up what happened to this girl. But he's trying to like, I don't know, piece it together himself and come up with his own idea of what happened, or maybe it was a conspiracy. I don't want to spoil it because I think you guys should definitely check this out. But Murder Death Koreatown, I don't know, I was creeped out after it, and I remember I was sitting in at the film festival, and I always sit like towards the front so I could get no distractions. I want to like focus in on the movie, and I remember I was getting up to leave, and there was a guy that sat behind me, right? And he got up, he was like, "Oh, what'd you think of the movie?" I was, "Oh, I hell liked it." I mean, that kind of creeped me out, you know? And he was like, "Oh, I have something for you," and I was so confused. I don't know this man from the Man in the Moon. And he pulled this out. So he stalked my page, and I felt like, you know, my page might be, it's open. So, you know, on Instagram, and he saw my Terrell feeds. He knew about the whole Terrell feed thing. He knew about that I collect Blu-rays, and he gave me this and signed it. Ain't that crazy? So Murder of Koreatown, the director of the fucking movie, was sitting behind me. That creeped me the fuck out. So I was like, what if I said that shit was bad? That would have been embarrassing, right? I don't know. But I'm glad, I don't know, I liked it. I think you'll like it if you're into true crime and found footage. But yeah, after that, we took a Terrell fee. He was so into it, and it was so cool. The guy was super nice, and yeah, so let's get into the tea of this. So basically, I would say to go check this out and try to go find it, but this found footage turned to lost footage. Could you believe it? So if you can find it, watch it, but let me tell you. So basically, this director of this movie, I guess there was this troll on the internet, you know, there's plenty of y'all. not you guys, but there's plenty of them out there. They just get on the internet, they make fake pages, and they want to just go like make people's lives living hell. Like you can't be on a show, you can't say anything, you can't say like breakfast. They're gonna say, oh, you're racist. I don't know. So basically there was this guy, this troll that went on tagging all these accounts, the Overlook Hour, the Overlook account for the Unnamed Footage Fest, and I guess they found the director, and they were just tagging and saying, oh, you should cancel this guy, you should pull him from the footage, the Fear Festival, because we're gonna show it again on F24, which is last year, that's F4, and he wanted us to pull that. Like he was just going on making all these accounts, spamming everything, trying to stop this movie from ever seeing the light of day, and trying to say that it's racist and that we're promoting Asian hate, and that's not the case. If you watch the movie, that's definitely not the case, and that like we're filming like homeless people without their knowledge, but apparently they were paid for that, so he don't know, he's just talking, and you can't argue with these fucking trolls because it's just giving them more ammo and it gives them more shit to talk about and to come for you, and just escalate. So just ignore these people or block them. But anyways, that's the case with that, and unfortunately this film you can't find like on Amazon Prime like you originally would have. So again, if you are able to find this, please do and check it out because it is overlooked. This movie is really fun, creepy. If you're into true crime and you are trying to like investigate murders and stuff, it's pretty scary and crazy, and the director is really nice. He's not racist, you guys. So check this out. Also, if you want to hear more about this and want to hear from this anonymous director, check out the Overlook Hour episode 185, and yeah, go take a listen and hear about how the makings of this movie came to happen. Yeah, definitely check that out. But yeah, so that's it for this week's Blu-ray Tuesday with Terrell. But yeah, so let me know what found footage movies you guys are watching this month, and some recommendations. Just message us in the comments on YouTube. Don't forget to like and subscribe, by the way. And then or hit me up on Instagram at Terrell88, and just tell us what you guys think. Don't forget F5 is next month. It's be here before you know it. February is almost over. And if you guys are in the Bay Area, come support, come check us out, come watch the movies, because like this one, I was looking through this booklet here, F3, we had some crazy great movies that we showed, and they get awesome artwork. So if you guys come, you can get this, and we usually had filmmakers out. I remember my booklet, this was all filled up with like people who signed it. Like this movie's really good. The lost footage of Leah Sullivan, the actors came out. So yeah, just come through. You don't know who might show up or who might be there. Come get a Terrell fee with me. It'll be fun. And yeah. All right, guys, until next time, this is Blu-ray Tuesday with Terrell. Bye.